Hey Jen, good morning.
Good
Here
morning.
we are. Yeah, it's great to see you. So
You
here we are,
too.
thank you. Coffee and Truth Unfiltered. Real unfiltered conversations between two good friends and colleagues who see life, money, and success differently and finally breaking the invisible patterns that keep most people stuck. No scripts, no fluff, just honest insights over coffee that might actually change how you think about your future. And before we even go anywhere, I have to just send mass admiration to you because usually when we do this, I am up for no joke, easily 3 hours. I
Yeah.
am up for at least 3 hours every time we do this. Um, Yesterday, I took Max and Noah shopping. We went to these outlets and I think I walked 10 miles. We were,
Yeah.
it was 2 hours away. We drove, we came back. It was raining. We shopped for miles and had the best time. And I didn't get up until 8 o'clock this morning.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh, this is what it's like when you sleep in a little bit.
Little
And
bit.
then
Yeah.
anyway, so that's why I kind of slid in this morning. I don't have my game face on. I haven't been up for hours. So I
Good.
love that you do this.
It's all good. Yeah. I mean, my alarm goes off at 7,
Yeah.
but I don't get up until 7:30. It's like pulling me to get out of bed. I go to bed pretty late though. I like last night was after midnight. It was like 1:45.
Oh my gosh.
That's not my usual. I would love to stay up till 2 or 3. I'm a night
Oh
owl.
my gosh.
Yeah. But then my preference would be to sleep until 10. I can't do that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I can't do that either.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell me what's been going on. What's happening? I'll fill you in. You start.
Oh, goodness. Do we want to start with current events? Do we want to start with life in general? So many things. We haven't talked in a couple of days. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what's going on, life in general. I'll fill you in on the move stuff. What are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
doing?
Yeah. So exciting things. I announced a new teammate the other day, and it's a
I
guy.
love it.
Yeah. It's our big team. It's a guy, and he's a fellow freedom fighter, which I love. And he's super fun and creative, and he's been commenting on my posts because it's nice to have guy energy in here.
Yes.
I mean, listen, we are a big group of women because, as women, we tend to not really look to business like this, although we have, and most of the women in there well, I want to say most of, but a fair amount have business owners. So this is not a big transition. Yeah. But, and Frank works with me. So he's upstairs now doing my AI videos, which
I love that.
He's having a blast putting us in. I think yesterday he put me in Tuscany. It's good.
Fun.
Yeah, this gentleman is, it's pretty cool because he's a fellow freedom fighter, like a medical freedom advocate, which I love. I was checking out his profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's really interesting to have.
That's awesome.
An alignment, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I love seeing the diversity.
Yes.
Lots of diversity, but I feel like there's still this sort of this common thread that runs through everybody. And it's that, if I had to just summarize it, it's knowing that there's more than what we've been told. Yeah. There's more out there than what's been delivered on.
Yeah, very much so. Yes, from that aspect, from nobody's invited anyone into the room. I have a line that's coming out in a post that, what we're doing, wealthy people have been doing forever. They know the secret sauce of what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Investments. And it's been a really unnecessarily well-kept secret because there's so much abundance out there for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And there's been this creation of an idea of lack. And it's really frustrating to see. It's lack of food, lack of land, lack of air, lack of water, lack, people not being able to have what they want to have. And it's bullshit. We're here to call on that. So, people have not been invited into the room, and we're inviting them into the room. We found it. We walked through the open door.
Yeah, it's like they don't even know the room exists.
Oh, good Lord, Sharon. They don't even know that the room exists. So that's why we're here doing what we
Yeah.
do. Like we are
Yeah.
whistleblowers, letting people know there's a better way.
Yeah.
And yeah. So Benjamin joined us. His name is Benjamin Ho.
Nice.
Hey Ben. Just giving you a shout out today. It's super cool. And I'm thinking we should give out shout outs to our new teammates every week. Like,
yeah, I love that.
I'll make a list of new teammates and we can do that.
That's great.
Yeah, it's super cool. But I think the common thread, Sharon, you mentioned the common thread, right? I think it's freedom fighting. It's people who are balls out, willing to stand up for what's right, no matter the cost, right?
Yes.
And I think a lot of us have been doing this for a lot of years. And, we just kind of found each other. We found our tribe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like finding your people.
We found our people. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I have to tell you really quick, your mugs. So I went to, I went to an outlet yesterday that has like China and things like that, but they carry that designer. Yeah. So you can get all of their mugs, but I got these great bowls for the kids that are made by the same person.
Love it. So, I don't know.
And not for the kids. Like I'll eat out of them also, but
the house. I don't know where I found my first one. I don't know if somebody gave one to me. I just love the lettering on it, that it's like so like a little bit rustic, a little bit like and the shape is a little irregular.
Yeah. So they made like cereal bowls out of it. That's why I said for the kids, because I don't spend a lot of time eating cereal. But
no, as a matter of fact, I just got my whole eating plan evaluated by a holistic doctor. So,
whoa.
That was a whoa. So we spent the first 3 months of my program doing a major detox for me. As clean as we eat here, we still do eat out. Frank and I don't travel a lot at the moment, mostly because he's been away for 3.5 years. So we're just kind of getting the groove again. But we do eat out. That's our thing. Like we like to go out to really nice high-end restaurants in the city since we're right on Restaurant Row on the weekends. And, that's not organic. And there are toxins everywhere, the air, the water, like everything around us, that we're surrounded by toxins. But, you can mitigate it. It's okay. We filter our water, which is a good thing. And anyway, so we did a liver detox. Like for 3 months, we concentrated on liver detox. And then she moved into, it's such a gross subject, but in the Western Hemisphere, in our country in particular, we don't do parasite cleanses.
I know. I don't want to.
We're not going to go too deep into that because it's like, it's really like icky and gross. And I thought I was okay.
I know it's important. I cannot tolerate it.
So we deworm our pets, and every other nation deworms their humans. Like we should really look at that, because energetically and nutrition wise, like we're losing a lot from the hijackers. But anyway, we finished that aspect. We're still handling some of it. But towards the end, she was like, oh my God, you're testing really high for pesticides. I'm like, pesticides? So I had to look at everything we were doing. And then we moved into the next phase, is the eating program. So I'm full on carnivore. Ask me how that worked.
I love it.
Yes. Ask me how that worked out yesterday.
No,
my mom and my son made zucchini fritters. I don't know if you've ever had it yet. Oh, yeah. So I paid the price. It was a rough night and a rough morning, but here we are today. I've got some beautiful steaks out there. I pulled some ribeyes, some grass-fed ribeyes out. So
wow, I love it.
That's my exciting day.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. Well, really cool. Well, I want to catch up on the details of that at some point and hear about it.
We can talk about that off the air.
Yeah. Off the air topics.
I mean, it is uncensored and unfiltered. However,
it's actually it's just too early for me right now to handle it all.
I can see that. I'm working through my first cup of coffee and it's early. So
I got it. So I'm like on a countdown, like less than 4 weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
And and it's funny.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I started thinking, I was talking to Noah when he was driving home yesterday about how like it's kind of starting to get real, which is like silly, right? Like I've been doing it for months, but
Yeah.
like the fact that like, oh, like I'm not just going on vacation to Florida, like I go down to visit a lot.
Yeah.
And then I come back, so I come back so I can see this person or I can see that person or go to this store, have whatever, dinner at this restaurant or all the little things that you do where you live. I'm like, oh, like that's not going to be an option, after a few weeks. So that's kind of settling in and it's interesting and, just kind of figuring all of that out. But it's all good. It's all like I have like the moving stuff is finally organized. I have that planned. I'm actually having movers come and do it and not doing the pod thing that I was trying to,
Right.
navigate and work out. And then still being able to like work and do the work that we do and just like keep that going. It's what's really brilliant about it is that I can be, I'm passing off my thermal imaging business to somebody and getting somebody trained. I am packing pods. I'm taking Noah shopping for new apartment stuff. And all in the process of that, I'm still doing the work that I love and want to do every day, wherever I'm doing it, wherever I am. And it's still producing, so
that's the amazing part.
Yeah.
It really is. It's, I spent yesterday, I had to run to the dentist and it was like 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back. And I did some training in the car, which was really cool. So I revisited some previous training that we had done. And I was like, oh my God, this reminded me of why I started. I was like watching Julia and Durbin. So guys, in case you don't know, we've mentioned her a few times, but for those of you who are new here, Julia Perjo is the founder of our group that we're in. And it's called Wealth and Freedom. And Durbin is one of the leaders. Also, she's still working, actually. She's
a principal.
She's a high school principal. And she's like, I love what I do. I'm not giving it up. But, she's still in like 6 and 7 figures and still didn't give up because she loves her life. It's like, it's not an either or.
Right.
But it fired me up watching it. Like I just love the duo. And they're actually the first people I saw when I came into this business. Thank you, Sharon. So, I think I need to share their things again because their energy is really good together.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was going to say that's the amazing thing. Like you just talked about being on the go, you can still work. And I was on the way to the dentist and I was still doing training. I mean, you never stop training in life. Like there's always more to learn, but you can do it on the fly, which is really cool.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about something that I've been talking about it a bit in posts and I've been listening to it a lot. I was just listening to it this morning, actually. I think we both follow Elena Cardone.
Love her.
Yeah. And so, and I mean, just in several, it's interesting in several different ways this has come up, but it's the idea of like being who you want to be, right? Like, and that beingness comes first. You embody that beingness, whatever, if you're studying to be a nurse or if and if you think about a young person that wants to be whatever it is in their career and they know that they've known all their life that they want to be like whatever, a police officer or a nurse, you can look and they've been displaying those traits and that beingness like all their lives because they knew that that's what they wanted to be. And so the beingness of what we want to do comes first, right?
Yes.
So we be, and then we're going to do the things that we need to do to have what it is we've decided that we're going to have.
Yeah.
But I love that idea of really, embracing that beingness, be who that is. And for some people, like I know for me, like I love to write that out. Like I write out what are the aspects of that beingness, and then what do I have to live up to? Where's the bar? And then and set that and just be whoever that is, but I love that. I love the idea of like, encompassing that beingness, embodying it.
Stepping into who you are. So there's a story I remember reading when I was in college and it was called The Clothes Make the Man. It was a short story. I forget who wrote it. I'm sure if I look it up, I could find it. But it's about two robbers, and one goes into robbers, thieves, and one goes in to rob the house, and the other one is outside dressed like a police officer. So he's got the persona, the beingness of a police officer. And the police show up, and the guy's in the house, and the lookout, the partner thief, starts blowing his whistle, and he arrests his friend because he started being
the police
officer. Yeah. So, like, when you step into the role that you're designed to have, you do start acting and doing the things that get you to where you want to be. So, like, the creativity of like being a thief, he turned it around and stepped into a different role. Like, we do that. You don't get up and start dancing and say 5 years later, I'm a dancer. You're a dancer, and then you dance, right?
Right.
Like, you do those things, and then you become a prima ballerina or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to help other people.
Right.
We're helpers, right? We're mentors, and we're coaches, and we're whistleblowers, and we're Sherpas, we're guides. So we wanted to do that.
And also, but just like the real part, like also like we're millionaires, right?
Yeah.
So what is that beingness?
Yeah,
millionaires don't talk about not having this or not having that, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna go and like, just spend frivolously or because there's also an intention, with how you handle your money and how you, like how you view things, what you do, what are the strategic
actions
parts of that beingness?
Yeah.
I think that there's probably a little bit of a misconception that like, if I were a millionaire, I'd get whatever I want and I wouldn't do this or I wouldn't have to work. And it's completely untrue because there's, the responsibility. It goes back to that, like with freedom comes responsibility, so if you have the freedom of having tremendous, like financial wealth, then there's a greater level of responsibility that comes with that. So, it's all layered.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that exact phrase, of course, because you pulled it right out of my head and I pulled it. With comes great responsibility. And, it's a constant creation. Like, you don't just sit back and rest on your laurels and say, hey, I've arrived. No, you have to constantly create it. I mean, at some point there is a legacy that you achieve. At some point, with our company, with your company, with my company, within our group, there is a point that you achieve a certain amount of legacy, which is awesome because it does become an income that you don't have to continuously generate. However, if you're stepping into this the right way and you're stepping into it with how many people can I pull along with me and say, you're not going to stop because you're looking at
like this. Yeah.
No,
because there's always people to help. There's always people out there that need to hear this.
Yeah. And again, there are so many people to reach. There's an endless supply of people who need to get out of the matrix, to get on the hamster wheel, to break free, to secure their family's future for generations to come. I'd like to think that this group we got into is like freaking badass and doing this like no one else's business. Like,
yes,
I can name at least 4 people right off the top of my head without even thinking who have been fighting for parents' rights and medical freedom for years. And like one of them I've crossed paths with, like virtually. The other I knew like peripherally, but the other 2, I'm like, how we like it's a big community, but it's a small community, like internationally.
Right.
And with Facebook and social media, like we all cross paths. How did I never meet them before? Like just knowing that they're, it's again, it's like-mindedness, and it's a freedom fight for all aspects of freedom, whether it's bodily autonomy or financial independence. Like it's a beingness, as you said. It is a certain cloak that you put on, and
Yep.
you run with it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of, like,
Yes.
so I am in love with Tulsi Gabbard, in love with her. So I was
Yes.
actually not dyeing the front of my hair because I wanted the Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh.
Yeah, that didn't last long either. It was kind of like the carbs yesterday. Oh, I went in the last time I went to get my hair done, and I was like, "Get rid of it. I can't stand it. We'll put the streak in, but I'll do it like blonde or something, or little like honey, whatever." But I'm in awe of her. She left the office because her husband got really sick with cancer, and on her way out the door, she gave a parting salvo to Anthony Fauci, fraudster.
I can't believe this guy is still around.
I can't believe he's still around. I mean, he is the slimiest little weasel ever. Stood up there before the American public, lied his ass off, recanted, changed his story. Masks work, masks don't work. The vaccine works, the vaccine doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. But she did full disclosure on gain of function research and his complicity in it. This guy goes back to the AIDS epidemic. He's a bad character. Like, you want to put him in the class with Mengele, be my guest. He might be worse because he's been allowed, like, very covertly to run medical programs that should have never been run internationally. Like, so for people who don't know, gain of function is when you take a virus that's in its natural state, because viruses exist, and our wonderfully designed bodies fight them off, because that's what we do. We have an immune system, and the immune system goes, "Oh, invader," and it fights it off. He takes the virus and tweaks it to make it more deadly, and it's actually it's chemical warfare.
Yeah.
So she did full disclosure on the Wuhan labs and the Ukrainian labs that are gain of function labs that created the COVID virus and many others. So if you look at Lyme and AIDS, and he had his dirty little fingers in that research, and she was
so
like,
disgusting.
She was like, "I'm going to get you one way or another." It is disgusting. It's a despicable creature, he and his minions, who would do that to humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, and it functions under like the Department of Defense because it's warfare, but humanity paid a price for that. And whether it was a lab leak or whether they intentionally released it on the public, the fact that it's even being done and that they lie about it.
Yeah.
Hats off to her. I might let my whole head go gray because of her. But that was, I don't really watch a lot of the news anymore, but that was a big thing. And the amazing thing is not one freaking major network covered it.
Oh, that's hardly amazing.
It's, yeah, I know, but it's like, but this is big. But you know what? They get 90% of their cash, their dollars, their advertising dollars come from the pharma industry and whatever.
Right. Right.
But yeah, like that was my big happy dance this week, because
I hate that she had to leave.
I hate that she had to leave. I would like to think that, yes, that her husband will do well, that there are protocols out there that will help him through his cancer. I would like to hope that the cancer just evolved and that it was not an issue that was targeted.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there.
Right. Right. No.
Yeah. But it's and I love that you can hop on what used to be Twitter, X, and see unfiltered things on both sides of the aisle, and then you can make your decision. But things that we weren't allowed to talk about before, we're allowed to talk about. We're allowed. That's another thing. Freedom of speech. Like, what are you kidding me? You censors freedom of speech? Yeah. Hello.
Well, I mean, and it's like there's that idea of it being censored on a bigger level, but then there's like the self-imposed censorship that so many of us had to do just to get by, just to be able to kind of keep like a social sort of like valence in place where, like for me, you just had to like swallow things and just be like, you know what, like there's a bigger picture out there, or, like I'm responsible for other people in my life. So I can't just,
Yeah.
I can't just like, shut it all down or, or be as vocal. So it's not that I didn't do the things or say the things or believe the things, but in some circles, and sometimes it's just easier, right? Because you're not going to change somebody else's mind.
Correct.
Like it's clear that there are some people that like you are like, I know that I am not going to change that person's viewpoint.
Yeah.
And it's easier just to sort of, you know what, like that's who you are. I acknowledge you.
Yeah.
I grant you your beingness, being that person,
Yes. Good roads, good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little more stubbornly, doggedly, is that the right word? Doggedly, outspoken, sometimes to my own detriment. But there were people standing by who were listening. So that to me was like important, but it became a little bit of an issue in the house, like in my own house. It's hard to believe that it was an issue.
No, but it's what happens is that like, whether we know it or not, we have people in our lives that like on some level don't always have like the best interests or are willing to attack us if there's a disagreement. Whereas me, like, there's not anybody that I'm going to attack. If I disagree with you, I will try and have like a reasonable conversation and keep getting communication and keep trying to talk about it. There are some people, even when they're people that we're close to, will publicly, blast us or, or blast, I don't just mean like us, like we're victims. I mean, like anybody, will publicly make like a thing about it instead of just trying to, it's where all the name calling comes in and the kind of the, instead of just like having a conversation, like realizing like it's okay that we have different viewpoints. Yeah. Let's be able to talk about it
civilly.
Like there's just like I've never engaged in like name calling or that kind of stuff, but it was rampant.
It was rampant. And here's the thing. So there were like so many of those like.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you 500 things to talk about.
You gave me 500 things to talk about. Let me see if I can pull it together. There are like so many of those cliche lines, like if you tell the lie and you make the lie big enough, I think we talked about this last week, maybe, people will believe it because it's too absurd to believe otherwise. And if you repeat it enough, and I think this is like Nazi propaganda, if you repeat it enough, in people's minds, it becomes true. And then this might be Mark Twain. So it's like people would rather believe the lie than believe they've been lied to.
Oh, yeah.
Shows them that they're a fool. And then the other thing is like the name calling, the ad hominem attacks. The minute I hear that, a conversation devolves and goes like in that downward spiral down the toilet. Right. I know the other person's lost the battle. So it's like, well, here's the CDC data and here's the chart showing blah, 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 blah. You want to kill everybody. I'm like, I'm trying to track the data. Like, what are you talking about? And then, but what about blah? Okay, that's good. Let's dissect this. No, I'm not having this conversation. What? Like, what just happened here? Like, we were having a logical, let's look at both sides of the facts and the issue. Yes, I understand that some people had this, but however, when you look at the numbers and you look at, risk and benefit of doing A versus doing B, kind of have to make an educated decision based on the facts and the data that's in front of you. No, you blah, baby killer.
Oh, right. And then it's being able to like, I call it like not being able to like regulate oneself emotionally. It's like because I, maybe because like I don't like X, then everything must be bad because I don't like
X
or so it's,
yeah,
it's just a mess.
It's a mess. So, I think what happened is the adults in the room didn't want to adult anymore. They just became, there's a certain robotic thinking of like listening to the and people's critical thinking skills have been shut down.
Yeah, shut off.
Shut off. If they were even there to begin with. And then there's this like certain amount of like fear that comes into play. And then it's like, oh, what can I do? I can't do anything anyway. Yeah, actually, you can. You can open up your mouth and say
it's it goes back to that, like, it is what it is, our favorite. And I want to bring this back like full circle,
Yeah.
like
Go ahead.
to critical thinking.
Yeah.
So I think we were on a training about just a couple days ago.
Oof.
And it was talking about like when one looks at what we're doing
Yeah.
and looks at all of the aspects of it,
Yes.
that like if you engage, if you have your critical thinking hat on, it makes so much sense, so it's that idea of like who can I call to help you? Like,
Yeah.
can I call your mom? Like, who can I call to
God.
help you?
The best line.
Like see
What?
like
You
the
said no?
magnitude of what
This.
this is. And so there's that, but then there's also like the acknowledgement that like not everybody's gonna be up for the game.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the hardest truth
That's the
for
hardest
me
point.
and for you, is that like
So hard.
not everyone is up for the game. And I struggle with that, but because
Yeah.
I think because that's what we're doing, right? We're just playing a really big fun game.
It's a big game. So there was also Shanna, I believe it was, put up a welcome to the team. It's a long post. It's beautiful, but it inspired me to write a post yesterday about, I can't even remember what. It's in my archives it's in my hopper of things I need to like share. But the girl watched her for she found out about this, not our team, but about this kind of thing in 2017 or 2018. And then she sat on it. Well, it wasn't the same structure.
Right.
Clear,
yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. Is what no other team in the world is doing. Like, we don't have a branded app and a documentary coming out on the founder of this team. And for nothing. Like there's nothing like this. Like, you don't get a call from the founder of the company, like this top founder, the CEO of the company, that says you've cracked the code for nothing.
Right.
Like, when you figure out how to make it happen. Yeah, exactly. So this girl, woman, connected at, I think it was a horse event, and she basically was like, when she heard what it was, it went bing. She knew immediately. And then she spoke to Shanna, and she was like, oh, I got chills. She was like, yeah, that's it. That's for me. So, not everyone's going to get it right away. It's like planting the seeds and watching them grow. And other people are like Jack and the Beanstalk. You plant the seed and it's magical, and they immediately get it.
They're still in the golden egg.
That's the goose and the golden egg. I mean, I know that was you when you saw it. I know it was me. I know it was Renata. I know it was like a lot of the people that we're with.
Right.
But it's okay if it's not you. It's okay. It's okay to sit on it.
Yep.
I mean, but to me, like, why wallow in what you're in? Why struggle on a daily basis? Like, I hear people say all the time, I don't have the time to do this. And I'm like, girlfriend,
you don't have the time not to.
It's
like when people say, it's like when people would say like I can't afford to eat organic. I can't afford to eat well. I can't afford to take supplements. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you can't afford not to, because you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later.
Thank you. You pay the farmer or you pay the pharmacy.
Yeah.
It's, and people don't look at it like that. They look at the immediate. I think one of the other problems in this country is because everything is covered by insurance. People think that, why would I pay for that? My insurance is going to cover that. So the cost to the nation and the cost to your body is like a 14-day supply of an antibiotic can be billed to your insurance company for $2,800. I'm sorry, what?
Insane.
But if you pay out of pocket, the same prescription might be $75, right?
Right.
Some people are like, no, but I've got a $3 copay. But
it's almost like you try and like how do you rationalize the insanity?
It's insanity. So I have a script, being an older woman for some certain medicine, that if I go through my insurance, it's for a 1 month supply, it's something like $120. If I pay as a self-pay, I get a 3 month supply for $120. again, make it make sense. Why am I carrying insurance? I mean, for the most part, we've been forced to, which is a whole lot of horse shit by a former president, who put in a former president's care package that forced us all to do certain things. So, you know, I was an uninsured, only carrying catastrophic care for my life, because all my doctors are holistic and they won't take insurance. They won't play in the same box with the criminals, which is really what it is. So, you know, I pulled up her name is Amy, the person who sat and watched and then joined. And what she said was I'm going to paraphrase it. The only precious commodity that's non-renewable, that's a non-renewable resource is time. So when people say they don't have time, like, but what are we squandering our time on? Like, we're throwing it away on a 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 or whatever. That's not really paying us back.
Like you're 7 to 7, like, you know,
7. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And I was there. You were there.
Yeah.
So, but you can't afford not to invest the time in yourself, because it's going to be a little bit like this for a while. Like Frank was working, he's a programmer, and you know, he's doing consulting work and getting paid very well to do it. And when I first started this, I was like, dude, I need your technical skills. Like I could do this on my own. We all do, but I have a built-in technique, right? Like, why would he be doing that when he can join me? So I think I was doing this about 6 or 8 weeks, and I looked at him, and I know he was not 100% happy with. He was off his.
Yeah, what he was doing.
Yeah, what he was doing. Good money, great, you know, great, but he was trading time for money.
Right.
And I just said, quit. And he's like, really? I was like, quit, because what we're investing now will pay back tenfold.
Yes.
And it'll be a little tight in the beginning. We might like have to, you know, watch for it, but we're it's a temporary to have a boom, right?
Right.
So that's what, like, I try to say to people, like, you can run this alongside your current job, your current 9 to 5. Nobody says you have to stop doing it. This work works around your life. You don't work your life around this.
Right.
Like,
yeah. No, 100%. All right, sister.
Yeah, I got yoga. I got Pilates today, not yoga. Whoa.
Yeah.
I got to do Pilates. All right, so it's been real, everyone. We'll see you next week.
We'll see, I believe we will see. I will see you live next week when we do this.
You're gonna be here?
I'm coming over. I'm gonna be there early in the morning. All right.
I love it. Oh yeah, how early are you gonna be here? Let me know so I can.
I don't know.
Set my work up.
No, you're gonna get up early, because I'll be there. I'll get there at like 8 or so.
So I'll be up at 6:30 then to wash my hair.
Okay, great. All right, have an awesome day.
You too. Bye.